Those low kicks are painful, you know?
Yeah.
How you can come back and fight for a second time.
Jason Statham's story begins in the coal-streaked town of Shirebrook, a place where life demanded toughness before tenderness. Born to a dancer mother and a father who worked tirelessly across multiple jobs, Jason grew up amidst scarcity, learning early that survival required grit. His childhood was not measured in toys or leisure, but in the lessons of persistence, balance, and endurance. Days were long, nights colder, and every small act, from selling trinkets to running errands, became a part of his training for life. Alongside his older brother, he learned the quiet value of patience and resilience, absorbing the rhythms of hardship that would shape his character. This early environment instilled in him a raw honesty, a refusal to rely on luck, and the understanding that strength is inherited from struggle, not handed down. Shirebrook molded not just a boy, but the essence of a fighter who would later dominate screens worldwide. From pools to dreams. By age 12, Jason had found his arena, diving. He trained relentlessly at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center, pushing through fatigue and frozen waters long after others left. Every dive, every repetition, was a test of discipline and endurance. Competing in the Commonwealth Games for England seemed like a dream realized, but narrowly missing the Olympics in 1992 marked a turning point. The loss, while crushing, became a quiet teacher. He learned that effort does not always guarantee recognition, but perseverance always rewards the soul with resilience. The boy who had jumped into cold pools alone now carried a deeper understanding that strength is measured in how you rise when no one is watching. The echoes of those dives, the disciplined silence, became a foundation that would later define his approach to life, survival, and, ultimately, action cinema. London's harsh lessons. Leaving diving behind, Jason entered a London that showed no mercy. The city tested his resolve as he struggled to survive on its rain-soaked streets, selling perfume, trinkets, and dreams for spare change. Every day was a negotiation between hunger and dignity, and every night became a training ground in its own right. Hotel rooms, cramped flats, and long walks in bitter winds honed his endurance in ways medals never could. He developed a resilience that combined physical toughness with mental fortitude, learning to endure humiliation without surrendering integrity. His early London years were marked by solitude and silent struggle, but they also built a man who understood that survival is an art form in itself, and that every small victory in life's harshest arenas contributes to a larger legacy. Discovery through grit. Jason's authenticity eventually drew attention. While training at Crystal Palace, he caught the eye of a scouting agency and began modeling for major brands. The bright lights of fashion studios were a far cry from Shirebrook, yet they offered him something more than money: belief. Modeling became a bridge from survival to recognition, introducing him to people who could see his potential. But it was fate that truly shaped his destiny. Meeting director Guy Ritchie through a modeling contact led to his breakthrough role in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Ritchie saw a man who didn't act, but lived, whose lived experiences were more compelling than any script. Jason's raw energy and truth became currency, turning the boy who had been ignored into the face of British cinema. The streets that once humbled him had, in effect, written his first screenplay of life. Rise to fame with Lock, Stock, and later Snatch, Jason Statham emerged as a force in British action cinema. His portrayals resonated because they carried authenticity, the raw edge of someone who had survived real streets, real struggle. The world began to notice the actor who didn't just play tough characters, he embodied them. Films like The Transporter and Crank solidified his international appeal. He trained relentlessly, mastered multiple martial arts, and performed dangerous stunts himself. Every injury, bruise, and scrape became part of his storytelling. Hollywood's praise was immediate, but so too was its expectation. Jason's career trajectory was relentless, demanding, and physically punishing, yet it showcased the power of authenticity in performance. Audiences responded not just to action, but to the truth behind it, and Jason became a living symbol of endurance, proving that lived experience can transform into cinematic legend. Love, loss, and loneliness. Amid rising fame, Jason navigated complex personal relationships. His early love with Kelly Brook ended painfully, teaching him that loyalty and heartbreak can coexist. Later relationships, including one with Sophie Monk, were tested by distance and demanding careers. Alex Zoman offered quiet stability, but even that relationship succumbed to the pressures of his life. The pattern was clear. His dedication to work often came at the cost of personal connection. Through these experiences, Jason developed a private understanding of love, loss, and resilience. Each relationship left lessons etched not on his face, but deep within his character. They shaped his empathy, tempered his solitude, and reminded him that even the strongest warrior has vulnerabilities that cannot be masked by fame or success. Finding stability and family. Eventually, Jason found enduring love with Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. Their relationship offered a grounding contrast to the chaos of his career. For the first time in years, Jason experienced a sense of calm, domestic intimacy, and stability. Together, they built a life defined by shared routines, quiet moments, and mutual support, culminating in the birth of their son. Fatherhood brought both joy and challenges, as Jason balanced demanding work with the desire to be present. This period illuminated a quieter form of strength, one less about physical endurance and more about patience, presence, and emotional resilience. The life he built with Rosie allowed him to translate the lessons of survival into care and nurturing, proving that true heroism extends beyond the screen. Endurance and legacy. Jason Statham's career is defined by more than action. It is the story of endurance, discipline, and living authentically amidst constant challenges. He has faced career failures, injuries, and the relentless pressures of Hollywood, yet he continues to move forward. His work ethic, refusal to rely on stunt doubles, and insistence on authenticity set him apart in an era of artificial heroes. Beyond the box office, his legacy is a testament to survival and human resilience. Every scar, bruise, and sleepless night is a chapter in a life lived fully, refusing compromise. Jason is more than a movie star. He embodies the quiet power of persistence, turning the trials of life into a lasting, inspirational story. Beyond the spotlight, even at the height of fame, Jason remains connected to the essence of his journey. He walks the same streets, remembers the quiet nights of Shirebrook, and understands that recognition does not erase struggle. Success brought wealth, applause, and international acclaim, but it also reaffirmed a core truth. Happiness and peace are cultivated internally, not handed by the world. Jason Statham's story reminds us that every victory, whether personal or professional, carries shadows, and that true resilience comes from embracing both triumph and pain. In the silence behind the cameras, he continues to practice endurance, balance, and the quiet art of survival. The same values that carried him from coal-stained streets to the apex of global cinema. The man behind the myth Jason Statham is a study in contrasts, a man of both immense strength and profound vulnerability. His life embodies the idea that greatness is forged through struggle, and that authenticity resonates more than artifice. He has faced rejection, heartbreak, and the physical toll of a career built on action, yet he remains committed to honesty, integrity, and self-discipline. Fans see the hero on screen, but behind the persona is a man who has learned to endure silently, love deeply, and find peace in small victories. His story is not just about cinematic achievements, it is about the courage to persist when the world offers no guarantees. Jason Statham's legacy is a reminder that real heroes rise from struggle, carry their scars proudly, and continue moving forward when silence is their only companion.